Hello children, good morning to all of you. Today we begin with our lesson verbs. What are verbs? What are the different kinds of verbs? All this we are going to study in this particular chapter. So here are the contents. First of all, we are going to learn about what are the verbs, the definition of verbs, some examples, and then the different kinds of verbs. As you can see here, main verbs, auxiliary verbs, and modal verbs. So we are going to study in detail what are these different kinds of verbs. So here comes the definition of verbs. Verbs have traditionally been defined as words that show action or the state of being. Here we can also say that the verbs tell us what action the noun or the pronoun is doing. So we can say verbs are basically action words. You can see here the pictures as examples. Play, cook, run, swim, laugh, read, sleep, bark. All these are action words and they are telling us what the noun here is doing. And so all these words are verbs. Verbs also can be a state of being, such as if I tell you the example, I am a teacher. So here am is the verb which is telling my profession, that of being a teacher. See some more examples of verbs as action words. Anthony is throwing the football. She accepted the job offer. He thought about his stupid mistake in the test. John visited his friend for a while and then went home. The dog ran across the yard. She left in a hurry. She yelled when she hit her toe. The cat sat by the window. I'll play this song on my guitar. All these words that you can see in bold letters are verbs. They are action words and so they are the verbs here. Now let us come to the kinds of verbs. There are three main kinds of verbs. The first is main verbs, verbs that denote an action, such as we have seen just now. The second is auxiliary verbs. These verbs help the main verb of a sentence, and so we also call them helping verbs. They cannot stand alone, but they help the main verb of a sentence. And then we come to the modal verbs. We can say that modal verbs are special types of auxiliary verbs. Now let us study each of these kinds in detail. So first of all, we begin with the main or the action verbs. What are they? An action verb describes what someone or something is doing. Here examples are there. She tasted the stew. The bus arrived on time. We have also seen in our previous examples the different action verbs like play, run, bark, sleep. All these are the action words that are telling us the action which the noun or the pronoun is doing. Now we come to the auxiliary or the helping verbs. The verbs be and its forms do, have are called auxiliary verbs. They are used to change tenses, make questions and negative sentences. Now you can see here the examples. I am writing a book. Writing is the action word here and am is the helping verb. So this in this sentence am writing is the verb. He has done the work. So done is the action word, has is the helping verb. We will be there in a minute. Be is the verb, the main verb, and will is the helping verb. Would you help me with this homework? So here would is the auxiliary or the helping verb and help is the main verb. Can you open the door? Did you visit New York last holiday? Do you like chocolates? They must get there on time. Here in all these sentences, we can see the action word is given support by the helping verb or the auxiliary verb. Now we come to the third type, that is modal verbs. Modal verbs add meaning to the main verb in a sentence by expressing possibility, ability, permission. And the most commonly used modal verbs are can or could, will or would, shall or should, may or might, must. So we can say that whenever we want to express anything that may happen or anything which a person is able to do, or when we want to seek permission from somebody, we make use of modal verbs like can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might. Here in this table, you can clearly see what is used for the different actions. Can is used for ability, like the example here, I can speak Spanish. It is also used for permission. Can I go to the bathroom? It is also used for probability. It can't be Mark. He is in London. Could. It is the past tense form of can. So it becomes past ability. What somebody could do in the past. He could swim when he was 6 years old. Past permission. He could go to the theatre. Probability. Here the probability is only about 40%. It could get much hotter in July. This is what somebody thinks. It may be hotter, it may not be hotter. So it is a probability. Request, I could lend you my notebook. Next is may. May is used for probability of about 50%. It may snow tomorrow. Permission, may I come in? You usually use it in the classrooms. Might, again might shows probability, but in the case of might, the probability is only 35% or even less. It might rain today. So if we are less sure about something, we will use might, and if we are more sure about something, we will use may. Must. Prohibition. Must is when we are saying something with great surety and we are asking somebody not to do something. Like, you mustn't speak loudly here. Again, must shows probability, but here it is 100%. It's quite dark. It must be after 8 o'clock. So here the person is saying according to the extent of darkness, it must be, the time should be after 8 o'clock. Should, we use it for advice. You shouldn't smoke, it is unhealthy. Will, used for prediction when we are forecasting something. I think he will study harder this time. Will is also used for a spontaneous decision. It's very hot today. I'll open the window. Something you suddenly think of is spontaneous. So here these are the different modal verbs, and in this table you can see when and how do we use these verbs. Children, you must carefully go through this table and understand what are the modal verbs. Now today the home assignments are: read the PowerPoint presentation twice carefully. Read the text from your textbook twice carefully. Solve the exercises sent to you as a Word document and in your book. Now children, here I would like to mention something. Many children have asked me, ma'am, do we have to write the PowerPoint presentation? Children, this is for your reading. Remember, reading and understanding is much more important than simply writing it. You must only write the exercises that I send you as a Word document, and please copy the questions as well. Do not write the PowerPoint presentation. It is with you. Read it carefully, watch the video many times so that you are able to understand. Also, read the text from your textbook. In case you have any doubts, you are free to contact me. You can send your query on the group, or if the group is not open at that time, you can send it also on my personal number. Okay children, take care. Happy learning.